Good morning, everyone. Morning, French Kisses Blue French Bulldog, Alberta. Good morning, Queen C. Hope you are all doing well. All right. Starting on the Chatterbox. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could be here this morning. Shine on. Good morning. Debbie, good morning. And Debbie does readings. Good morning. Dude, geez, we have Debbie, Deb, and Deborah. Good morning, ladies. Good afternoon for you, Deborah, Mackenzie. Faithful one, good morning. Love the setup, thank you. It's been a lot of work. Not done yet. Still needed to do the floor, and the reason why I haven't done the floor yet and the rest of the sound tiles in the ceiling is, well, first off the floor, I'm not sure how to install it. I have it all sitting over there in the boxes. I just don't. There's a soundproof tiles that interlock together, kind of like they have those puzzles. It's kind of like a puzzle pieces, I guess. And from the instructions that I'm reading, you're supposed to stagger the joints like you're laying hardwood flooring. But I'm not sure which side is supposed to be up and which side is supposed to be down, because it has a built-in moisture barrier. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, both sides look the same. So I'm not sure exactly which side is up and which side is down. I'm gonna have to wait for my friend to come, and help me with it, because I got to move all this stuff back out to have it in here. Gianna Marie, good morning. Did you hear Jennifer Doulas that her family wants her declared legally dead? I read something to that effect. I didn't know it was her family, though. Verbal constipation, good morning. Hey, Will, good morning. Good vibes and chat. I'm glad you could both be here. And Shine On, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Audra, good morning. I'm going to put my little warning up here. Oops. Not that. Comment. Banner. There. As the warning you see on your screen says, I have absolutely no idea. It's not supposed to be until closer to 9 o'clock, but they will be turning off the power to our subdivision for it'll be on and off again until I think 11 o'clock. They're replacing the lines or something with the subdivision, from what I could gather from the letter. They sent us all out a letter. We had a 30-day notice that it was going to happen today. And when I went to the store this morning, I already see the trucks are sitting there where the stuff, I guess the building where they're going to be working. They got two of those big, huge wire trucks with the giant spools of electrical power line wire. The subdivision that we live in is growing faster and faster. Used to be semi-desert around us and farmland. Not so much anymore. Being developed. So ooh. What's your make on the Watts call a lawyer? Shine on. I'm not sure what your what's my take on Christopher Watts hiring a lawyer, looking for a new trial, all of it. I can speak on that. I think it's a bunch of malarkey. It's the nicest way to put it. Good morning, Kevin. This is about faithfulness. That I am definitely in the wrong place because I believe in science. Well, I believe in science too. I'm a big believer in science. Well, at least you made it live for a few minutes here. It should go for, I'm hoping, Quincy, that I'm able to make it at least an hour, but I don't know. Don't know. Where it's up in the air. It's just one of those things. They gave us a 30-day advance notice. We knew it was coming. Faithfulness and empty promises like capitalism got us to where we are. Okay. Not sure about that, Kevin. I think this world is what you make it. You know, if you believe, you know, and you seek the almighty dollar above everything else, you're going to get what you get. You won't get a new trial, but it would be good if he might finally hear from all involved. I don't know. Is there more people involved? Are there supposed to be more people involved? Good morning, Bella, from Newburyport, Massachusetts. Well, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Glad to be here this morning. That's true, Shine On. You reap what you sow. I think people at the top have an unfair advantage and are exploiting that and leaving us hungry. That's true in a lot of aspects, Kevin. But at the bottom, you know, or in the middle, wherever you may be, depending upon, you know, your situation, you know, there's ways to better your life and your circumstances by working with people who are there or below you, you know, beneath you, I guess. Not below you. I mean, no, then maybe you're at a certain economic level and there are people who are a little bit lower than you. If we all work together, we can make this a hell of a better life for everyone. Morning, Pink Camo. Glad you could be here this morning. Cement Shoes, good morning. Queen C. Well, I think the victim impact statement happened. He heard from everyone. I don't think the Roots want to go through that again, or the Watts even. I'm thinking everyone wants to move on. I do truly believe that's true, Queen C. I don't, you know, if he was to, he could hire all the attorneys in the world. His rights to appeal right now, as they sit, unless there's something drastic comes up and, you know, and down the road, like we find out that the entire state of Colorado was in cahoots to, you know, on this thing. He has two avenues to appeal. To, you know, and he could spend all the money in the world. He's not going to be able to bring up a, you know, and get a trial with the evidentiary, you know. They didn't have to keep anything. They don't have to, and he can't question it. He has to prove either his attorney never helped him in the process to the plea bargain. He has to prove that or he has to, the second avenue is he has to say that and prove that the state made an injustice to him by basically railroading him or figuring out that his time incorrectly, or they had to make some kind of huge mistake themselves. Good morning, Black Rose. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it this morning. Well, just got to get going. I just want to say good morning. Good morning, Black Rose. I hope you have a great day today. Well, Cindy said he was set up, even though he admitted to it all. I know, frankly, Cindy's a whack job. I am sorry for having to put that out there, but she is. She's just batshit nuts. It's one thing to be a grieving mother after the fact of what happened to your daughter-in-law and your grandchildren. I understand that she was grieving over the fact of what happened. When it happened, when she did the first interview. The second interview was a little bit worse because it was 6 months later. 2 years later, now she still has the same attitude towards Shanann and both of the girls. And it's freaking deplorable. Doom Guy, welcome to the stream. Hey man, what about the stupid Chris Watts phone call? What phone call? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I don't know the context of that. She's totally nuts. She is. Cindy lives in her own world. Yeah, to a large part. I mean, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, and like you're saying there, Cindy and Watts is a narcissist, just like Chris. They live in a fantasy world. She's not upset about anything regarding the Shannon or the kids. Bella and Ellen. Why am I hearing about Ronnie Watt was involved? NK deceased? I don't think so. Let go and let God. Everyone needs to heal, learn, go, and go on. Nicole Kissinger actually finally, just recently, she's very much alive, and she just officially put in to change her name legally. She finally put in it. She hasn't changed her name all this time, and a lot of us knew where exactly she's been all this time. Not that it mattered much because, well, all it was going to do was just, send more harassment her way. But she's been alive this entire time, trying to work and get on with her life. But she's finally officially put in for a change of name, and she wants to change her name. They will not release her name afterwards. The court system will do it with a closed court, where she will go in. She'll basically answer why she wants to change her name. They will change her name legally, and nobody will know about it except for the court officer and the judge and the stenographer. Did I say pronounce it? Stenographer. Yeah. The Chatterbox. I changed my name and face. Well, that you changed your here on YouTube. You changed your name on to Chatterbox. Doom Guy, man, 401. Your channel is good, my family, and I love it, and I can't recommend it enough to all true crime nutters like myself. Keep up the good work and bring to the world. Oh man, well, thank you, Doom Guy. I appreciate that, and I know a lot of people enjoy my content, I hope that other people out there, Shug Trotter. Good morning, CC. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it this morning. No, I mean, if I were her, I would change my name and face. Oh, she hasn't changed her appearance. Oh, thank you, Shay Shay. I appreciate it. Duct Tape Bandit. Good morning, Will. And Chad had a crazy morning already. Well, been up about 2 hours. Been waiting on this live all week. Well, glad you could be here, Duct Tape Bandit. I wasn't sure until last night if I was going to be able to make it or not. I had to get official word from the city, when they're going to turn off the power, and all they would give me is a block of time. They gave us a map of all 6 subdivisions, and then there's 4 outlining areas of subdivisions, and each one of them is numbered, and there are about 4 city block areas, and they're turning off the power and then back on in a series. So if number 1, they're going to turn off their power first, and then they're going to turn their power back on. Then turn their power back on, then move to the next one, turn their power off, and then turn their power back on. We're number 4 on the list of, so they already started at 8 a.m. And so they figured they're going to be to our area and turn off the power, closer to 9. But they'd only give us, like a 35, 40-minute window by what their phone call when I talked to them on the phone. So we're hoping that, we can go a little bit longer, but don't know. Sorry. Scott Reish went to the courthouse. The name changed was suppressed. Zazgirl posted stuff from social media. NK deceased, killed Facade. And she's very much alive. I don't know how many. Okay, and so. But for all those out there who are really into, true crime, there are certain websites like web sleuths that you can check into, and they're basically it's a community of people who are really into true crime. But there are a couple other ones that are like web sleuths that are closed, where we've had discussions, I guess, about NK, and Christopher Watts, the family, Ronnie, Cindy, the Rouge checks, where people have been wondering what's really going on, and we've been talking mainly the last couple of months or a month or so. It's been more geared towards Frankie Jr.'s petition to change the law, to add a law, called Shannon's Law, about stopping harassment and bullying of families, of survivors of crimes like what happened to their family. But within these groups, we've known where Nicole Kissinger has been all this time, and she hasn't done a really good job of trying to hide it, because there are certain things that people do when they try to stay out of the limelight, but they don't realize that it actually tips people off to where they are or what they're doing. Driver's licenses. Most databases of driver's licenses are searchable. You can find people by power bills, phone bills. There's all kinds of different databases out there you can search to find people. And Nicole Kissinger, yeah, there are more than one woman in the United States in the lower 48 with the name of Nicole Kissinger. Some of them have gotten severe harassment, especially the one lady who's African American who lives in Minnesota. my God, did people just attack the hell out of her on social media because they believed that it was her. Excuse me. I think the Netflix movie has generated new interest, and we have to sort out the truth from the story. Sake, yeah, China. Yeah, I think you're right. But and when it comes to the two documentaries between Netflix and the Lifetime version, it actually aired on Lifetime and a couple of networks. But between those two documentaries, the Netflix one was much better. I mean, I give it about an 8. Somewhere in there. The Netflix special, as opposed to the hurried and rushed Lifetime one. And I'm just thankful that they didn't use my picture, in the Netflix one either, because I didn't need that drama again. I got to go get my hubby's meds. I will finish watching later. I hope your power is not off long. Gets cold fast. Stay safe. Will. Bye, Pink Camo. No, the power, when they do turn it off, it's going to be off for like 10 or 15 minutes is what they said, duration, and then it's going to come back on and then off again and then back on. So what they're doing is they're replacing the substation. The building where the substation was built in 1977, and it's outlived its life expectancy. Plus, the area around me has grown so much that they have to upgrade the substation, and they built a new one right next to it. So it's just basically turning off one and turning on the other, but they can't just like turn off the entire city and switch to the other one. So they're doing it in steps. That's why they gave us a map, and they're doing it in blocks of 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks. But it's not going to be off long, and we already knew they gave us a 30-day advance notice, and we all kind of knew that was going to happen anyways, because we would have like during the summertime when everybody was running their AC all the time. Every once in a while we'd get brownouts in this area. If anybody lives in California, you know what it's like to live in a brownout. It sucks, because especially in the heat. Cold, you can always throw a blanket on or an extra sweater or something, to stay warm temporarily. But I mean, what are you going to do during the summertime when the heat, when in the heat and you have no AC? How are you going to cool off then with no electricity? I'd rather have it now in the fall where it's a little bit chilly. But we knew it was coming. Shay, he's my soulmate. 14 years is a long time. Our friendship is strange, I know. Oh, I love him, but I don't want him back. I'm happier alone. I must have missed something there. That sounds great, though. I mean, 14 years. Me and my wife have been married for 25. Shay, Dr. Bennett, you're better than me. If anybody's better than anybody, Shay. Lifetime movie was outright offensive, having her head banging on the stairs, just atrocious. Yeah, there was a lot of things with that cement shoes that I really didn't like. Will I remember that? Yeah. Did I miss Audra? Audra, if I didn't say hello. Hello. Good morning. Gayla. Good morning, Gayla. How's things going? Going as well as they can. I hope you're doing well. Glad to hear you respect yourself not to take it back to the relationship material. You deserve more. I'm missing something there. Well, I hope that whatever is going on there, that everybody is safe and happy. K Love, good morning. I think I saw your comment something before. I was yapping away and I wasn't paying attention to the stream. Queen C, gotta go. Got a text, but I'll try and get back soon. Okay, Queen C. If not, stay safe. I wouldn't console my ex, so better than me. Very Mary, good morning. I'm off for a much needed sleep. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Stay safe. Bye, Shine On. You have a great day. Well, that's good. Our grid had to be fixed, but it is usually for hours. I buy a few groceries and put extras in the extra ice in the freezer. Live in California, and brownies are real. Yeah, I lived in San Diego for a little over a year and a half, and I wasn't exactly happy with that. But at least here they're paying attention to it. They knew it. This substation, and there's another one on the other end of town. They knew that they had to replace them, and they've outlived their livelihood. I guess their life expectancy was better way to put it. But they promise it's not going to be off for very long in any one length of time. But who knows what's going to happen. Just know that we're gonna do our best, right? I mean, what else? What other choices do we have? I mean, I guess I could stream from my phone, but I might do that. Who knows? I can't find the power cord to my stupid tablet because I was thinking about just doing this entire thing from my tablet because I could plug in a webcam to my tablet. I mean, it has a camera on it, but I have no idea what. I'm probably guessing the definition of the webcam is probably, a heck of a lot better, but what the one is on the tablet. My wife bought this for me years ago. It's a wrong way. Motorola. I can't remember what the name is. But she bought this from me from a gentleman his wife bought it for him, and he was being redeployed to Afghanistan, and I was just coming home from the service. I was just discharged, and she bought that for me. Damn thing, it worked so great. It's got one of those shock cases on it. You can drop the damn thing in it, and I have. Over the years, I have definitely dropped it. And it's never had an issue. If you have a decent phone, it would be fine. Yeah, I have it's an LG V30. I mean, for me, for a cell phone. All right, so I'm kind of old school. I'm never going to be some kind of tech wizard. I'm never going to be, up on the newest, latest, coolest thing. For when it comes to a cell phone, I need the thing to do two basic things: send a text, receive a text, make a phone call, receive a phone call. I don't use my phone to watch YouTube. I don't use my phone to even do Twitter or social media. I actually log into a computer, this desktop right here, to send messages on Twitter, to send messages on Facebook. If you ever see, a tweet from me, if you follow me on Twitter, which you all should be, because you get advanced notice of what videos are coming up next. But if you ever see those messages, I'm doing that right here. sitting here as I finish editing the videos before they get uploaded. But I don't even use my phone for anything more than that. That's just who I am. I don't have any of the apps on. Well, I have Facebook on my phone, but I don't have their messenger service, which to me is it's kind of like a virus because it wants to take over all your messaging, and they won't allow you to send a message via a message on Facebook from your phone. So I don't have their Facebook Messenger. I refuse to use it. But that's just me. I mean, to each their own. I'm older school than you will. Yeah, I'm just, and I get told all the time, people who've kind of mentored me to get me, to where I am now with this, YouTube experience, this journey. They always tell me, you got to be on social media. You have to, put it out there on, Instagram and Pinterest or wherever. You have to tell people about your YouTube. You have to do this, otherwise you're never going to grow. You're never going to be, get to where you want to be. All right, I guess I won't. This is the way I look at it. I'm happy with where I am. I mean, you can't see it, but there's a whiteboard right over there that's a green screen that pulls out. But there's a right there. Move this stuff. What's on that whiteboard is my goals. I've got one for December 23rd, 2021 and April 4th, 2023. Those are my goals for my channel and where I want to be by certain dates. Everybody has to have goals in life. I don't know how you get through life without them. Even if it's just as simple as like making it through another day and having, the well-being and, a peace of mind. Or making it through the day and treating yourself to a piece of chocolate cake on Friday. You have to have a goal. You go through a lot of phones, Chatterbox. My friend Ron, that I've never met somebody in my life who had broken or lost more cell phones than that man. He is constantly losing or breaking his phone. It's a good thing he buys his cell phones from Walmart because and he's on one of those pay-as-you-go plans. He used to be on his mother and him. The two of them had a plan with Verizon, but it got to the point where Verizon was just like, sorry, man, we can't fix this. He's always either dropping it into the water or dropping it and breaking the screen, or something is always happening to his cell phones. I think in the last year he's probably gone through a dozen cell phones in the last year. The lime green curtain looks nice. Oh, it's a green screen. And yes, I know it's wrinkled. They all just came out of the packages the other day. and they got a little bit wrinkled hanging them up. But I'll take that one and the gray one that's the background behind it. I'll take them down sometime later on this week and iron them, get all the wrinkles out of them. So. The company has a gold whiteboard too. It has a bunch of photos of yachts on it. If that's his goal, Galen, go for it. You'll never accomplish them unless you. And I write it down on the whiteboard. The reason why I write them down on there is so every day I come in here, I'm a constant reminder of what I want to accomplish, and those goals are nothing more than a subscriber count. 50,000 and 100,000. And every goal that I set out a goal, like, all right, I have a 3 month, I have a 6 month, I have a 9 month, and I have a 12-month goal. And then I take those same goals and that same parameter, and I make it, a more loosely, loose goal for the next 5 years. I have a friend that her cell phone always ends up not holding a charge. She messed them up pretty fast. I've got one that actually happened to the port itself where you plug in your phone. So they have these new ones. Maybe you guys have seen these. These are really cool. But there's a little doggle that stays in your phone, and the cord it's magnetic and it actually connects to it. Tell your friend to get one of those. And what it does is it saves the actual port from the constant plugging in and wearing out the actual part inside there where it plugs in. So the doggle stays in the phone, and it's just like a little tiny circle, and it's got a magnet on it that you take the cord and it sticks to it because it's a magnet. So when you're done, you just take the cord off, but the little doggle stays in the phone, and it doesn't fall out because it's held in there with friction. But it works so good, and it'll save your phone. But I have a phone over there on the shelf that happened to, a Samsung, and it was less than a year and a half old. Me, the cell phones like this one, this was my wife's first, and then she got herself a brand new one of those Edge phones, and I said, well, I don't need one. And I was having problems with that one, but I didn't know what was wrong with it at the time. She's like, well, just, take this one. So I did. Transferred all my data from one to the other. Boom. Cell phone. As long as it makes phone calls and sends text messages and receives them, I'm good. Audra, you take each day as it comes. That's probably the best advice for a lot of people out there. And I in a lot of ways, that's the way I do my life right now, because I never know right now, especially with this COVID. It's throwing so many things out of whack. I have no idea what's going to happen next. So, and with a 4-year-old, you do have to take. Well, for me, I have to take life as it comes. I don't know what he's going to do next, or he could be having a good day, or he might be having a meltdown, or maybe he just wants to sit and read books all day long. If that's what he wants to do, Daddy is more than happy to oblige him all day long. I will sit and read him books all day. I will listen to the same 4 songs over and over, over again. At least finally he's moved on to something that's a little more catchier than the way he used to listen to. Now, lately he's been into 21 Pilots and Bruno Mars. Like I said, like we just said about the goals for 3, 6, and 9 months and 1 year. I want to try that. Do it. Take out a notebook, paper, write it down. Start off simple. That's if I could give you one piece of advice, Cement Shoes, besides making goals, just make them simple. As simple as like, what are your figure out what your long-term goal is. If you have a long-term goal, maybe it's financial security, then find out where you can get the information that is not going to cost you money, because I don't understand why people spend money to save money. That just ridiculous to me. But if I'm just using that as an example, maybe it's financial security. Dave Ramsey has a great program to help people get out of debt and realize just how much of your life you've been living and spending money in ways that you don't need to. And I'm a big proponent of Dave Ramsey's financial wellness. If you've really ever listened or read anything that he's ever had to say, he's pretty smart. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's not going to charge you, money, to start the program to get there. And if you're lucky, you can call into his show and he'll send you the whole damn program for free. Gotta, for sure. When good parents are not common, keep up the good work. It will pay off. It will. Thank you, Verbal. I love my children. I do. They are my world. Yeah. Thank you, Smith Shoes. I try my best. I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But the important part is not to beat yourself up over the mistakes that we make in life. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Good morning, Lori. Glad you can make it to the stream this morning. Put my banner back up on the screen. There we go. Ocean. I got anchors. Good morning, Carolina girl. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing well this morning. So much parenting nowadays is done by tablets, cell phones, laptops. Technology is not a replacement for good parenting. No, but it can be an aid. I got my son one of those Kindle Fires, which he had for a while. It worked perfectly well, and it kept him interested, on car rides where he could play like the alphabet games on Sesame Street and stuff like that. He really enjoyed that. It never had a problem with the Kindle Fire that I bought him. It doesn't work now. He threw it out the window of the car while we were driving down the freeway. And to say that the only part of it that was recognizable was just a case afterwards, it didn't work. But now he has the Samsung tablet, but he uses it a little bit here and there. But we run a program that is the same ones they have at school for alphabets and matching shapes and sizes of items and counting. But it's only, like you said, it's only as good as you use it. It's not meant to be a replacement. And I've got for my son, I buy him all kinds of physical books. I can't remember. I wish I could remember what her last name is. Leslie is her first name. I want to say Petronich, or I'm probably wrong, but she writes a lot of really great books for that are aimed at the toddler age. Great books. But my son, well, I think one of my son's favorite books is Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? Because Daddy does all the sounds. The cow goes, moo. Boom, boom, boom. Mr. Brown makes thunder. Boom, boom, boom. Brown is a wonder. I get just as much of fun out of reading to him than as he does of me actually reading with him. And he'll actually take his finger and run it across the lines of the sentences as I'm reading them. So he knows exactly where I'm at. And he tries to read. There's some words that he still has problems with, but not Mr. Brown can move. There's a lot of words there he has problems with, but some of them like the more of the preschool age, of reading. He keeps up with, and he knows the words, and he tries sounding them out, which is really good. Is a huge step because my son is autistic and he's nonverbal. So watching him come out of that shell, I mean, it absolutely melts your heart to hear him actually say anything at all. First off, but also to be able to, when you're reading with him, to hear him, not only out of the blue, he'll just say 3 or 4 words together, and it's just like makes you want to cry. Makes you want to cry. Even a tough, just grumpy old man like myself, it'll knock you to your knees. Oh, verbal. I'm very aware of that. I mean, mine and my wife's daughter, she's 22. And I remember, one day it was like I was bouncing her on my knee and I was taking her to the park, so she could go on the swings, and we would have daddy day where she'd put makeup on me and do my hair. And I allowed it. You can't stifle their creativity, their adventure. So even though I don't wear makeup, but my daughter wanted to put it on me, so I let her. She wanted to do my hair, so I let her. But it just seems like those days were there, and then like that, they were gone. And now she's 22 years old and in college and working full time. And what happened? Where'd all the years go? Yours is 15. Yeah. In a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye. 1 minute they're trying to figure out how to tie their shoelaces, and the next minute they're asking for the car keys. Rich and welcome to the stream. And thank you. Like I said, I know I've made mistakes, and I probably will make more mistakes before it's all over with. But I do my best, and that's all any of us can really do. We can't compare ourselves to other parents. You have to do the best that you can do within your abilities and your time constraints and everything else. And that's all you can do. Do the best that you can do. Then raising children and living life, there isn't a manual for it. Nobody gave me one. If there is one out there. Yeah, it's true. You got to know your kids. Kids grow up fast now. The grandkids are almost grown, except one. Wow. I don't have any grandchildren yet. Kind of hope that I have some someday. But the conversation came up with my daughter once, not too long ago, maybe about a year ago, if she ever planned on having grandchildren. I mean, when she was younger, she was always against it, having children of her own. But she's slowly changed her mind. Now 22, she's realizing, what it's like to be, in the workforce and everything else. Becoming an adult. She's still young. So who knows? Maybe someday I will. I'm in no hurry to have grandchildren, and I'm sure she's not in any hurry to have any. Carrie, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I have 6 grandchildren. The oldest is 16. What the? Yeah. That happens. I never had children. I married a man that had full custody of his daughter. She committed suicide a month ago, Thursday night. I miss her presence here. I'm really sorry about that duct tape bandit. Really am. Suicide is never the answer. So many people that who commit suicide think that they're doing it to end their pain, but they don't realize the pain and the turmoil that they cause from when they leave. The wake of destruction left behind afterwards, it can be a lifetime. But I hope you guys are able to find some way through it all. My heart goes out to you. I had a cousin that committed suicide, a friend and a coworker that done. Now my stepdaughter. I keep bouncing back and forth. Is it mental illness or depression? Probably both, duct tape bandit. Probably both. Just losing someone that is close to you is never easy. You have so many answers, that go unanswered. If there's something you could have done, there was someone that could have intervened. I mean, these questions they run through your mind constantly. Why didn't you know? Should you have known? And you can go round and around and around about it for the rest of your life. There is no real answer, and I'm sorry. Chatterbox. Have 5 grandchildren. Oldest is 17. Wow. Too cold for you on the coast of Scandinavia. Don't think I'll make it as far as New Zealand to see them. I would love to get down to Dominica and swim with the humpback whales. I've never been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is beautiful. At this age, I'd be a grandmother when I'm 70. Very focused on my career. Lieutenant officer of the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah! Thank you for your service, Audra. Thank you very much. I'm going to golf today with the gentleman that I know him from the golf league, but I barely know him. But I'm going to get to know him because he's going to ride my golf cart with me today. We're playing in a tournament later on this afternoon. Well, this morning and this afternoon. But he was in the United States Marine Corps. He went to basic at Camp Lejeune. From what I'm just gathering what I got off his Facebook. But I went to MCRD San Diego. I'm not sure where his last duty station was, though. I'm pretty sure I'll find out. Oh, your feed is behind as your comments. Are you on Top Chat or? I mean, that happens. That the feed can get behind. I know I have the latency set low. What do you call two barracudas? A barracuda. Essentially, he's been in jail. He's begged my mom to bail him out. She did, and within a week, he did this. She has so much guilt. I'm sorry, Carrie. I read the other part of it. This is shit. Thank you for posting that, Black Rose. Thank you very much. This town has maybe 400 people in it. Neighboring town, maybe five bars, churches, poverty and drugs, no opportunity, nothing to do, no mall, nothing. I've lived in places like that, Carrie. You know, you have to make the best of it or find a way out. It's the only thing you can do. You know, I'm back home where I was born and raised. There isn't anything to do there. Nothing. I mean, most of the industries have dried up and gone away. Otherwise, you drive over to the Twin Cities for work. I mean, it's only 30 miles, 35 miles to the Twin Cities. But, yeah, you have to do something. And I understand people are stuck. You know, you can't sell your home. Nobody there to have money to buy it. Nobody wants to move to a place that, has nothing. It's 2002, but it seems like yesterday. He had 4 children, and they all struggle. That's sad. My dog is getting upset because I have the volume up so loud for her. She's sleepy. Thank you, Black Rose. Barracuda was Stevie Nicks. Carolina Girl, isn't that Barracuda? Yeah, I think that's Stevie Nicks. Fleetwood Mac. Could be wrong. Thank you for the community of love and support. Well, you're welcome, Carrie. I'm glad that we could help. Together, heart. God damn it. Now you say it. You're right. See? It comes with old age. It's like, oh, man. Who did that song? I love that song. And then you draw a blank. Then you can't find your car keys. I remember a math teacher telling me a joke about Carboa and abnormal behavior on the y-axis. Is it what on Netflix, the Christopher Watts documentary? It should be. But Netflix is weird. It's like what's on Netflix here on the West Coast is not the same on the East Coast or in the Midwest. You lose your train of thought from room to room. Oh, Carrie, my favorite thing is I'll walk into a room because I have to do something. And then as soon as I get there, I'm like, why am I here? That happens to me all the time. It's like I'll be making lunch or something and I'll leave like the stove, something's cooking. I'll walk to the refrigerator. I'll get to the refrigerator. Nothing. I totally forget what I was even at the refrigerator for. I'm looking for something and all of a sudden it's just like not there anymore. And I'm like, why did I go to the refrigerator? I can't remember why I even left the stove.